everybody, it's Debbie here and welcome back to my crafty den. So today I'm going to do something different. I usually do a project share, but somebody asked me if I could show my process of how I make a pocket letter from start to finish, and it's really pretty simple. So the way that I make my pocket letters is that I approach each and every pocket like an ATC card, like an artist trading card. And but to make it cohesive, I try to start with one background paper. So I found this sheet of paper. The paper is called Heritage, the paper pad, and it's from Craftsmith. So what I do is I choose my background paper, and I just like this because it's pretty, it's bright, it's all those things. And the first thing I do is take a 3.5 inch slice off the side, because of course all ATC cards are 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So I'll do a couple of those. And I still have this nice big piece left over. And then I'm going to take my 2 strips and I am going to run them through at 2.5 inches. And this effectively makes an ATC card background. This is in no way an ATC. It's just the base of an ATC. But what that does is it gives me cohesive background pieces. And it's how I keep the thing, because I mean, there's a lot of winged things, right? And what I need is 8 of these. Because I use my center pocket as my shaker pocket. So I have 8. And then I take them and I take my, let me just grab a new one here. So I take my pocket, and now I have 8, so I'm going to put them in here. And I go all the way around with them. Now they're not staying in here like this. I love these blues. These blues are really, the blues and reds are really pretty. Not quite fall colors. I'm not sure what time of the year these would be classed at, but I think it'll make a great background for. I think for these two, I am going to look for some wooden pieces. So I'm going to take these out and I'm going to make these two kind of a matching theme. So let me see what I'll do. My husband's working. I hope you don't mind the background noise. He's still working away. Maybe a hummingbird and a dragonfly. These are the wood embellishments from Dollarama. I am going to use some yarn. Let me see what I have. Oh, this is going to be really pretty. Yes, I'm going to take this little bit of yarn and I'm going to put that in here somehow. And I'm going to use, what else am I going to use? I'm going to try out, I have all kinds of things. I've just grabbed a whole bunch of stuff and put it on my desk, which is how I normally craft. And then I end up with so much stuff on my desk. So I have these that I hauled before I went on vacation. And I haven't even opened this one yet, but this is the Alchemy Metallic Wax in the rich copper, or this one. I wonder. I got to kind of look at this one and see what the color is. I'm going to have to open this. Yes, I'm going to do these wood pieces and try to make them look a little bit metallic. So this is rose gold. If I just slide this off, it's just stuck to the product there. Rose gold might clash too much with the gold. Maybe the copper. Oh yeah, the copper. The copper on one anyway. So that's the rose gold. So let's just see what we do with this. This might look really good. So I'm going to get a little bit of this on my finger, and I'm going to start rubbing. Ew, not a chunk, just a little bit. I got some under my fingernail. You don't wonder how long it'll be there, maybe forever. With me, I never know. Oh, darn, I've just broken that wing. See, if you can't be too hard on these. I think when I glue it on there, I can put it back together. I hate wasting stuff. These little dragonflies are really, really delicate. The pieces are so darn small. Like, see, they're only attached by that one little tiny wee piece there and there. So I might speed up a little bits of this. Wow, that's pretty, isn't it? Look at the nice little shine on that. Now the hummingbird will probably be a little bit easier to do. I'm going to try something different though. I'm just going to take this sponge and put a little wee bit of this on the sponge and see if it'll be easier to put on there. I just leave my sponges here on my desk, and you can see I've used this one for pink. I've used it for some green. Now I'm using some wax on it. I just grab a different spot of the sponge each time. This Art Alchemy wax, metallic waxes, they smell a little bit, they really smell metally. Like, they have a funny little smell to them. The door's wide open here, though, because my husband's is going in and out, so I'm in a well-ventilated area if need be. So that one looks much better than this one. So the sponge is maybe an easier way to go to put. So I have my two little focal pieces. Now I need some background for those. So I think I'm going to look for, wipe my fingers off again because I don't want gold on everything or copper on everything. So yeah, I'll probably fast forward a little bit and do a little bit of editing on this because I don't think you want to see every single little piece. I haven't even got 2 cards made. So I'm going to go ahead and so, because you can see that I'm working on cards. So I'm going to go ahead and make my cards, my ATC cards, because this part is everybody's individual choice, how you make your cards. But I'll come back and I'll show each individual card and what I did with it when I'm done them. I have my first 2 cards done and I'll show them to you. So with this one, I took a 2-inch punch, a 2.5-inch circle punch, punched out a pink circle from a paint chip. I went through my paint chips till I found one that matched the pink as much as I could. And then I took a 1.5 inch scallop circle punch and punched the center out offset so that I had this kind of circle. And then I took my gel pen and I outlined the inside, which was the scallop edge, just so that that would show up a little bit. And then I glued this on with a wet glue, and then I stuck the hummingbird on with some hot glue because it's the wood embellishment piece. And I used my Tim Holtz Small Talk, and I put "There is beauty in simplicity." This was one piece, and I cut it in half to put it in here. I love all the little sayings in the Small Talk word pieces. And then I edged the whole thing with my Tim Holtz Distress ink in the black soot, and I went around my little word pieces. And I'm going to put that one right in here. And for the second piece, the piece that's going to go across from that, I used the center scallop cutout piece of that circle and put it on here. And then I made a little boo-boo there where I smudged my ink when I was going around a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to leave it. So simply, live simply, give generously. And I did the same thing. I glued this on with a wet glue, went around it with my gel pen, used my hot glue gun to put on the dragonfly, and edged it in the black soot. So that's 2 done. Then I'm going to work on the ones going across the top, and I'll show you what they are when I'm done. So I've pretty much decided that this is not going to be mailed folded up because I'm putting too much dimension on it. So I can just mail it flat in a large envelope, and that's fine. I just have to be careful when I tuck my pieces in that they don't all fall out. So I've done this one, same background paper, the word adore from Chit Chat Words, Tim Holtz. And I had these little picture frame stickers left over. I used the other pieces that were on the card, the sticker card sheet. It was from Dollar Tree, I believe. And I had 2 frames left. I had a square one and I had an oval one. So I decided to put the oval one on here and put this dimensional, it's like a quilted shiny butterfly with this gem. And I put the white lace one on this card. Now, because they're already popped up, this pearl isn't going to stick up very far, but it's still going to stick up far enough. So I'm not going to fold this card up. So I'm going to put this one in the top, right here, like that. And I'm going to put this one in the bottom. And I noticed I didn't go across the top like I said I was going to. I decided to go up and down so I could spread these 2 little pieces out. Now let's just get this in here. Sometimes if you make your pieces so that they stick off the edge a little bit. So now the wings on this wrap around, and the same as this one, the wings wrap around the frame, and it gives some dimension to the butterfly as well. So I put beautiful and adore. And to me, these little 2.5 by 3.5 inch cards just aren't done until they have some a word. They have to have something on them. They have to say something to me. So yeah, it's that's just the way it is with me. So the next thing I'm going to do is my pocket. So I've gotten out. I'll show you that. So I've got these out. So I'm going to put in, because this already has dimension, I've got this little pack of pearl beads. So I'm going to put in 1, 2, I'll put in 3 or 4 of these, 4 I guess, of these big, they're not big, they're actually pretty tiny. but the pearl beads. So I'm going to put those in. And these help give the pocket some dimension. So I'm just going to drop them in the pocket. Whoa, they're not going in the pocket. I might only have 3, but what that does is it holds the pocket up a little bit. So then I'm going to take these, and I'm going to put some of these dark fuchsia pink ones in. Just a few for this spike of color. So I'm just going to take that little bit and dump them in there. Stuck to my fingers. And then I'm going to take some of these light pink ones and put them in there, just a pinch. These are not the main focus. There, put them in there. And then I'm going to put some of the white. I'm opening a new pack of the white. I thought I had some others, but I guess not. I went through my bin and I must have used the other white ones up. These are a tiny little bit off-white, but I still think they'll be okay. I just want the contrast in here. Get off my fingers. They're harder to get in than you'd think. Then I'm going to open up these iridescent flower sequins. Now they're actually embellishments, but oh my goodness, they're so pretty. So let's see if I can get this off of here. And I'm going to use my little scoop, and I'm going to see if I can get out just like this. I want to use a lot of these in this pocket letter. So I'm going to break these up. Oh, those are all stuck together in little bunches, and there. Let me get them apart a little bit better so that those are in there. Aren't they pretty? Then I have, maybe I didn't get them out. Did I get them out? Oh, yes, I did. I was gifted these teeny tiny little seed beads, and they're in this blue, purple, and pink iridescent. And I am going to put, to go with the blue, to bring the blue in, I'm going to put a nice, healthy bunch of these in here. There. And then I'm going to reach for my, there, I'm going to put my silicone mat down here underneath. Make sure that's all in there. Oh, get down there. There. And then I'm going to grab my fuse tool, which has been heating up. And I am just going to go. Why is my fuse tool not turning? There, it's got some crusties on it, my fuse tool. Clean it off on there. There. I don't want it to go right through. See what that did? There. And let that sit for a minute. And the center pocket's done. So that's 5 of my 9 pockets. There. Pretty. Okay, so I'll be back when I have a few more done. So, yeah, my mess is just overwhelming, right? But this is what happens when I'm doing something here. Look at, I've even glued my pen top to my table. So I've done this one, same background, with Brave Wings She Flies, because remember this is a Winged Things theme. So I've used hummingbirds, butterflies, an owl. What else have I used? The ladybug. Yeah, so with brave wings, she flies. And I think I'm going to put this in this top right corner. Just like that. And then Own Your Dreams. So I've taken these wood chips and I've colored them all with my Tombow markers. So with this one, I put the scalloped edge circle behind, just wrapped up a little white thread around my fingers and glued it on, put the ladybug on top, black bling at the top and the bottom, and a sentiment. And I'm going to put this ladybug, not ladybug, butterfly here. Now this one, they're all very similar in that I've used the same items. So the scalloped, different colored blue, but scalloped circle. And these are paint chips that I'm using for these pretty solid colors. I took a little bit of yarn and tied it in a knot and clipped both ends, kind of like a little... Just tied it in a knot, and I had like 4 strands coming out each end. And then I just frayed the edges with a needle and stuck it on here, stuck my butterfly on. This is painted with yellow Tombow and then covered with a little bit of that gold metallic and some gold paint pen just to give it different shades of gold and yellow. And then put some bling down the side and put Embrace Imperfection. Always embrace imperfection. That's what makes us unique. And I'm going to try to get this in such a way that I don't bunch up there. I wanted to get that in so that I didn't bunch up that fluff too much. So then this butterfly... It says Treasure Friendship. I put this bling flower circle on here. I've got some white. I just took a dab of glue and ran a couple circles around of the white, the thin yarn. And this one is orange and gold, this butterfly. And same thing, I just colored it with Tombow pens. And I'm going to put that down opposite this one in the bottom left corner. Like that. And then this owl, which I think is so adorable, I colored him with the brown Tombow, used my gold, I used these 2 pens to just highlight the eyes with gold. So I kind of matched the gold and silvers and whites, and these are my Signo gel pens, the Uniball Signos. And put some bling on his eyes, some bling at the top and the bottom. Own Your Dreams, and, you know, just added a little bit of pen around. Oh, and this has got some blue yarn, and I didn't fray this or anything. I just wrapped it back and forth in some hot glue and then stuck the owl on top. So there it is, the overall. I'm going to lift this a little bit so that you can see the overall. And I'm going to fill the back pockets, and I'm going to make a tassel and finish this off. For my tassel, I'm using a different type of clip, and I've done this before when I didn't have a ring. So for the top of my tassel, I'm using a pop tab. You break your pop tab off, and as long as you put a ribbon or something like that that's not going to tear easily on first over this rough edge, because this is the place where it breaks off at. So as long as you put something there, then I'm going to take, so I've got my blue ribbon, I'm going to take my yarns and I'm going to stuff them through here. Probably be easier if I did them one at a time, but I rolled them all together. Yeah, so I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to give it a little twist. So it'll go through there. So my ribbon, my yarn, bring it so that it's halfway. And then I'm going to put, on top of that, I'm going to put some of this, it comes on a roll. Let me see where it is. It comes on a roll like this. And I just cut off what I need. So I've cut a strip of this off, and I'm going to put it over the top like this and pull it through. Now this just barely fits through, so I'm going to have to feed this through here. There. Now pull my threads back. It's catching on my thread or my yarns. Come on, go halfway through. There. Am I halfway? Just about. That's good enough. So I'm going to take that, then I'm going to take these and pull them all down nice and tight. And then I'm just going to take a piece of my, isn't that pretty? And it'll go perfectly with this. I'm just going to take a piece of my yarn, cut it off, and right here so that this flower goes over on both sides, I am going to wrap around the first flower down and give this a good tie right here. And there you have it. You have a tassel with a ring on the top of it. I utilized, when I first started crafting, I had nothing but, I'd been doing daycare for years and years, and I had nothing but what I crafted with the kids. And because I crafted with the kids, it was anything we could get our hands on for sure. So I'm going to give that a good tight pull and then trim this off. And I did it so that I was tying it at the back of the tab. And then I'm going to take just my white school glue. I didn't have my lid on. Thank gosh you can just open that little spot back up again, eh? I just should have put my lid on there. So I'm just going to give this a little bit and I'm going to work it in. Because then once that dries, it'll prevent any of those threads from pulling back through. And from this from coming undone. So that's got a little dab of glue on it. Now I'm going to take the bottom of this. I'm going to just grab it like this and turn it over. And I'm going to take my scissors. And I'm going to trim these bottom pieces off. Like that. And then I am going to make that like that. So isn't that pretty? So now what I'm going to do is, I should have done this the other way, but I like it this way. I don't want to switch it and I don't want to cover that. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take this out just a little bit and I'm going to take off just these two. I'm just going to cut them because on my pocket letters I don't like, there, taking them off. On my pocket letters, I don't like tying my tassel to the rings because it screws up your binder. So I'm going to take my Crop-A-Dile and my Crocodile and I've got some of these, what color? Silver, just the silver ones this time. So I'm going to do the shiny silver, or I'll do the, where's my ring? My pop top. Where's my pop top? That one right there. There, and it'll match. So I'm going to take my Crocodile, and I'm going to take the big hole, and I am going to punch the top corner of this card right into the pocket. It's the big one. And punch it right there like that. That's not even the big one. I'm going to take the big one. I'm going to punch it right there. And then I'm going to take this eyelet and put it through the hole. And then I am going to very carefully close that up. There. So that's that part. Now I have, and I've been doing this on my pocket letters for, I didn't do it on my first couple that I sent out, but I've been doing it on them ever since because I like it. I like it so much. So stir up that little bit mess right there. So I have this, which is going to go on the corner. And I am going to take just a little piece of this yarn. And I am going to put it through the hole and through here. And I'm just going to tie a little bow at the top here so that the receiver of this pocket letter, the recipient, can take this tassel off and use it somewhere else if they want, or they can leave it on here. I really got to get my nails done because this is getting ridiculous. I can't even tie a bow right now. There. So that's it. That's my pocket letter front. So that part's done. Now all I have to do is fill up the pockets. So isn't that pretty? And it's got, I like that the blues and the pink and they match the bits of color in the background paper. So all the background stuff kind of goes together, and I think that's what makes these cohesive. I like it like that. Now, I don't know if I have a washi that will match this, but if I do, I might put it on here. I don't always do that, but I might. I'll be back when the pockets are full, and I'll finish this video up. To put the items in the back. So this is how I do mine. I get all my items ready. I lay them out and then I put them in. So I make sure I have all of the pockets covered. So this time I made this. This is out of the paper that I used for my backing on the front. It's just a scrap. I put a little, so I made a little pocket. So she can have the pocket to use again. I'm just going to slide the letter in there so that it sticks out the top. And then I made this 2 inches wide because my pocket's 2.5, but I've got this eyelet in this first pocket. So this one can slide right down in there like that. And then in the next pocket over, I have some of this pretty black bling, stars, bows, and flowers that was gifted to me in a swap. But there was quite a bit of it. So I'm going to put that in there because I've got black bling on the front. And I try to keep what I'm putting in kind of go along with the theme as well with what I've done in the pocket letter. So I have these two little embellishments that I made. This one is a hidden paper clip bookmark or just a hidden paper clip. And this one doesn't have a paper clip backing on it, but they're both laminated on the front. So I think I have a video way back where I made these. So I'm going to, and that's something else I like to do is put things that I've made in the pockets. So I'm going to put these in. So first of all, before I do that, I forgot this pocket right here. So this is just a little coin envelope with a birdcage stamped on it. And I've got some bling in here. I don't want it all to fall out, but I've got bling in here. So I'm just going to put that into this pocket. There. So now I can do these two pockets. And to do those two pockets, so I have these two, and they're going to go in this one. So I'm going to slide this down so I have access to that pocket. And then I am going to put them in that pocket, just like this. Just slide them in there. And then in this pocket, I am going to put this little baggie. And I don't put things loose in my pocket letters. I've received pocket letters where everything is just all over the place and you can't tell if it was supposed to be on the pocket letter, in the pocket letter, whether it's part of the extras. It just makes it difficult. So I take this one and I'm going to put it in the back of this pocket. I like the paper envelopes. They slide in better, but this will go in there. So slide in, push, push, push. There you go. You're in there. And then for my bottom 3 pockets, I have put always on the bottom of my pocket letters, on the bottom right-hand corner at the back, I put the theme of the pocket letter, created by, and my information, and then for a swap at, and then the group that we were in. So I'm going to take my tea bag and I'm going to put it right over that because I always include a tea. It's standard with pocket letters. And I include my favorite kind of tea at the time. So in the summertime, the fall, the winter, I may drink different teas. Right now, my current favorite is the chai tea from Tim Hortons. In this pocket at the back, I am going to put this lace butterfly. Get in there without wrinkling it up too much. And then I cut 10 of these scalloped circles out of paint chips to share. And these are great for all kinds of things. You can, highlight the edges. You can use them as backing pieces. You can use them for bits of embellishments. You can just use them for decoration. So there, see, nothing's sliding, nothing's falling out because they're all in packages. There's nothing falling around. So that's the back. I'll give you one good look at that. So that's the back, the way it's going to be. And this is the front. I've added a few little bits of a bling on here. And I am going to take it, and hopefully it'll fit in this envelope. And if not, I have a bigger one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to make sure that this is nice and flat. I'm going to lift up my envelope. I'm going to fit that in there, and then I'm just going to slide it in, and I do it like that to keep my tassel nice and straight. When I nail in these big envelopes, this is how I do it. So, and then I just have to peel off this, fold it over, and seal it down. And it's ready to go. So all I have to do is address the front, and I'm done. So that's it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share, and by all means subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now, everybody.